Hello, and welcome to Social Studies class. I'm Miss Valdez, and I'm so happy to be your teacher. I'd like to begin the year with a story from my summer vacation. In June and July, I traveled to Canada, and my cell phone's GPS does not work in other countries. So what I typically do is print off step-by-step directions from Google Maps. The problem with this is, if you miss one turn or one direction, it's very difficult to get back on track. And this happened to me. I became distracted, I missed a turn, and unfortunately, I became very lost. Fortunately, I was able to pull over and ask for directions and got back on track. However, there is a very important tool I could have used that would have helped me. Can anybody tell me what that is? Yes, that's right. It's a map. Maps seem like an outdated way to travel, but being able to use one will save you in emergency situations when GPS isn't available. Today we will learn about the features of a map. These include the key, scale, compass or compass rose, and lines of latitude and longitude. First, we have the key, which shows us where specific things are located on a map. Here we have an example where the image of a tree indicates the location of a park. A red circle with a G shows where a gas station is. A campfire shows the location of a campground. And then we have railroad tracks and blue lines as roads. Every map is different, and thus every map key is different. So here I've included a real example from the map key from the Central Park Zoo. Here we are shown images that indicate the locations for security, restrooms, water fountains, food, shopping, classrooms, and more. Can anybody tell me what image we would look for in order to find a restaurant? That is correct. We would look at the orange circle with the knife and fork right here. That is where we would find food. Next we have the scale, and this shows the distance in miles or kilometers based on measurement on the map in inches or centimeters. In this scale, 1 inch represents 1 mile, and 1 centimeter represents 1 kilometer. Using this scale, if we measured one point to another on a map, and the distance between those 2 points was 7 inches, how many miles would they be apart in real life? That is correct. They would be 7 miles apart. Here we have the compass or compass rose, which shows the cardinal directions of north, south, east, and west, as well as northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Using this feature, we can tell which direction to travel from one location to another. Finally, we have the lines of longitude and latitude, which, when used together, give us a coordinate or points of a specific location: east, west, north, and south. Lines of latitude run horizontally, or east and west. Lines of latitude divide the Earth into 2 parts called the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. The line that divides the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere is called the equator. Lines of longitude are vertical, and the line that divides the Earth into eastern and western hemispheres is called the prime meridian. Lines of latitude and longitude are expressed in degrees. Lines of latitude begin with 0 degrees at the equator and go up to 90 degrees north or south at the poles. Lines of longitude begin at 0 degrees, or the prime meridian, and they go up to 180 degrees east and west. Can anybody tell me a location, such as a country, a body of water, or a continent located along the equator or the prime meridian? Some examples would be Brazil along the equator, or England along the prime meridian. Another good example would be Ecuador, which is the Spanish word for equator. Okay, let's practice. Using this map, let's identify the different features of a map. Can anybody find the equator? That's correct. The equator is right here. Now, would that be a line of latitude or longitude? Correct. It is a line of latitude. Think latitude, flat, longitude, long. How about the compass rose? Can anybody help me find that? That is correct. It is up here. However, on this map, only the cardinal direction of north is indicated. How about the scale? Can anybody help me find the scale? It is down here to the bottom left. Very fine. And finally, the key. Where is the key located? Correct. The key is located here. In this key, numbers are used to indicate very small countries that are too small to write the entire name on the map. Very good, ladies and gentlemen. You can learn more about the features of a map by clicking on these links from National Geographic and Study.com with your parents' permission and help. And for extra credit, I invite you all to bring in a map from home to show its different features to your classmates. Please take the time to circle or write out a plan to explain the different features and what they show.